For the Waterloo City Council
Feisty in
Finance
here
meeting, roll call, please.
Mr. Nichols,
Here.
Mr. Childs,
Here.
Mr. Foyce.
Here. Motion, please.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda as proposed, as well as the minutes of the March 3rd, 2025 Finance Committee meeting as proposed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. First up, travel requests.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr.
I
Jones.
move to approve the following travel requests. One is by Leanne Evan, the Deputy City Clerk, for the IMFOA Spring Training in Des Moines from April 9th to 11th, not to exceed $526. Next is Angie Fordyce and Tracy Southall for the HUD Office of Lead Hazard Control and Healthy Homes Program Managers Conference in New Orleans, Louisiana, from April 7th to the 10th. Amount not to exceed $7,650. I do have one question.
Can you go through them all first?
There's
and
an
then we'll
incorrect date for number one, or is that correct?
Oh, it should be 25.
Yeah,
Okay.
just to make that note.
All right,
2025 for number one.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen Kierkegaard, Director of Aviation, that is for the Iowa Public Airports Association Conference in Okoboji, Iowa, from April 15th to the 17th of 2025, amount not to exceed $560. Hillary Mayer, for paramedic, and Lieutenant Travis how do you pronounce that? Innen, thank you. Fire Investigation School for Johnston, Iowa, May 5th through 16th of 25, amount not to exceed $3,045. And Brian O'Connell, Plant Maintenance Mechanic, basic wastewater training in Cedar Falls from April 14th to the 22nd, amount not to exceed $560.
We have a second, please.
Is there one more? Did I miss one? You said 560, right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, number 6, top right.
I don't have a number 6.
Oh, sorry.
I can read
Thank you.
it.
Oh, I have it here. Todd Wright, garage mechanic, chassis electrical command zone systems, Appleton, Wisconsin, March 10th through the 14th of 2025, amount not to exceed $3,856.
Second.
All right, sorry. All right, we have a motion and a second. Discussion outside of the 2025. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next up, pre-authorizations to expend over $2,500.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the following pre-authorizations to spend over $2,500. First is the airport in the amount of $3,000, and that's for the billboards promoting ALO air service. Next is for the airport in the amount of $9,856.66, and that's for the repair furnaces in hangar number 4. Next is for airport in the amount of $2,696, and that's for the removal of data cabling from former TSA second floor office. Next is for Center for the Arts in the amount not to exceed $13,200, and that's for the payment of service contract for staging, audio, video, and lighting, including respective engineers, equipment, and labor for Korma 63 Arts and Music Festival to be held at the Riverloop Amphitheater June 14th, 2025. Next is for Center for the Arts in the amount of $72,368.72. And that is for the purchase and installation of upgraded security camera system accompanying software and equipment with added coverage for exterior spaces like the amphitheater and parking. Next is for the central garage in the amount of $5,502.28. And that's for the reline flooring for garbage truck number 903. Next is for central garage in the amount of $4,927.75, and that is for the emergency turbocharger / actuator replacement on fire truck number 151904. Next is for community development in the amount of $309,000, and that is for the purchase of 2 single-family homes in Waterloo city limits for the purpose of rehabilitation and resale. Next is for engineering in the amount not to exceed $3,000 plus $1,000 shipping and handling, and that is for concrete pavers in the permeable alley between West 5th and West 6th Street. Next is for human resources in the amount of $5,200, and that is for online training platform for the HR department for courses in AI. Next is for leisure services in the amount of $13,451.19. And that is for emergency repairs to heaters that are located in the weight/cardio room at the Sportsplex. Next is for leisure services in the amount of $2,999 plus $500 shipping and handling, and that is for the purchase of to purchase a glute drive machine with freight and delivery and installation for the Sportsplex. Next is for leisure services in the amount of $3,048, and that is for labor and materials to plant annual flowers in 24 of the saucer-style planters at the Riverloop Expo Plaza. Next is for leisure services in the amount of $96.99 regular size and $116.99 ADA size. For the rental fee for approximately 12 portable units placed in various parks for the summer. Next is for leisure services in the amount of $29,068.12, and that's for the replacement of tree pit surface in 31 tree pits outside the Cedar Valley Sportsplex. Next is for leisure services in the amount of $6,000 plus $1,200 shipping and handling, and that's for 2 Smith machines, including freight and installation to increase the health and wellness opportunities at the Sportsplex. Next is for leisure services in the amount of $18,981.94, plus $398 shipping and handling, and that is for emergency replacement of 2 lower-level water heaters at the Sportsplex. Next is for the MIS department in the amount of $5,688 per month, variable based on the number of users, and that is for the Microsoft Office 365 licensing at a cost per the following rates: $23 per month per user for Microsoft 365 G3, $4 per month per user for Microsoft 365 F1 GCC, and $4 per month per user for Exchange Online Only plan. Next is for police in the amount of $13,338.83, and that's for collision repair for patrol vehicle number 237. Next is for police in the amount of $4,200, and that's for 14 Glock Gen 5 9mm simulation training, weapons, and ammunition. Next is for police in the amount of $20,250, and that is for 18 American Defense 11.5 SBR rifles for patrol and tactical. Next is for sewer in the amount of $3,372 plus $72.75, and that is for service to software and equipment for Generac generators. Next is for Waterloo Housing Authority in the amount of $14,150, and that is for GE 15-amp GFCI amps, breakers, and outlet items to be installed in the Ridgeway Towers apartment complex to ensure compliance with HUD's Inspire inspection requirements. And finally, we have Waterloo Housing Authority in the amount of $47,204.91, and that's for the annual renewal of MRI software for client management system.
Second.
We have a motion and a second discussion.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
for the airport, for the billboards, how long is that amount covering? What is the duration of those billboards?
Stephen Kierkegaard, Director of Aviation. It is lasting about 4 months.
Great, thank you. And
thanks,
then
sir.
One more question.
Yep.
For the police rifle replacements, do we sell the ones that we're replacing?
The ones we're replacing are from an old 1033 program for the feds, so we'll have to give that back to them.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Chief. All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Budget line items to be amended is, the first is to approve the project budget for the Iowa Brownfield Redevelopment Program Community Assistance Grant in the amount of $20,260 to test asbestos-containing materials from the former Rath packing plant as submitted by the Planning and Zoning Department, to approve the budget amendment to increase the restricted donation revenue line and park improvement expense line in the amount of $18,801 for the replacement of tree pit surfaces as submitted by the Leisure Services Department, to approve budget amendment to increase cash on hand revenue line and exhibition expenses expense line in the total amount of $5,000 to recognize restricted donation funds for exhibition costs as submitted by the Center for the Arts, and to approve project budget for Chroma 63 Arts Festival by increasing the hotel motel tax revenue line and contract services expense line in the amount of $15,000 as submitted by the Center for the Arts.
Second.
Motion is second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then bills payment for March 10th. That amount is $5,041,480.54. I make a motion to receive, file, and forward to the full council.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks.